Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, May 12th, 2020. I'm here with our morning greeting. So yesterday for our number talk, we had our Find What's Missing on Monday, and I went ahead and solved the equations, which are here. So if you did these yourself, go ahead and pause the video and check to see how you did. Now, if you missed one or multiple equations, that's okay. Go ahead and circle them and then try them again. If you used the subtraction finger chart, reuse it. If you use small bead frame, stamp game, large bead frame, reuse it and see if you get the proper answer. Or if you were doing abstract math, try it again. But always important to go back to ones we missed and continue doing them just like we do in the classroom. If, for example, you're doing a checkerboard problem or a golden bead multiplication problem, if you got the answer incorrect, you wouldn't just move on to the next card. You would continue practicing it until you got it. Now, sometimes in the classroom and perhaps at home, you encounter a problem that you can't solve on your own. And that happens. That's natural. That happened in the classroom before, and I'm sure it's happening at home also. Just like in the classroom, though, we don't want to just ignore that and brush it under the rug. Instead, we want to learn how to properly do that specific problem or answer that specific question, or learn what that word means or how it sounds or how it is spelled, whatever the case may be. So, if you are encountering a problem or types of problems that you're having trouble with, you can request an individual meeting with me and we'll do a quick presentation. I'll have a whiteboard. We'll review it together. So just don't avoid it in case you're getting stuck, okay? I'm here to help. All right. For Tuesday's number talk, I created something totally new because I knew you guys were ready, guys and gals were ready for something to stretch your brain a little bit. So I wrote some story problems. So if you look first in this green or units column, you're going to see that we have a little story. Miss A filled 2 bags with oranges. If each bag had 8 oranges, how many oranges were in both bags? Answer, 10 oranges. I'm giving you the answer. And I'm giving you the answer because I want you to tell me if that answer is true or correct or false, meaning incorrect. Now, if based on the word problem and you do the math and then you see my answer, if it's false, I'd like for you to record what is the correct answer. So, for this one as an example, Miss A filled 2 bags with oranges. If each bag has 8 oranges, how many oranges were in the bags? How would I do this problem? Well, if I can't do it in my head, maybe I could use paper and pencil. So I know that there is Miss A and there's 2 bags, right? We'll call this bag 1 and we'll call this bag 2. Not the most beautiful bag, but you get the idea. And it said each bag has 8 oranges. So I'll draw 8 oranges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know what I can do? I could actually make those oranges orange. 8 oranges in here and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 oranges in my second bag. Now the question is, how many in all? You could add 8 plus 8. And if you know how to do that, you can just do it with paper and pencil. If you need to use your finger chart, you could do that. Or you could simply count. How many in all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 oranges in all. So let's go back to this. Ooh, the answer I wrote was 10 oranges. Is that correct? Well, you just did it. We just did it together. No, it's incorrect or false. So on this one, you would record false. And then you'd write 16 oranges. something like that. Now, they will continue to get more and more difficult as you go from the units to the tens to the hundreds, but go ahead and give that a whirl, all right? Excellent. Well, let me find my eraser. Here it is, disappearing, hiding on my couch. All right, that's your Tuesday math talk. And now let's get back to the value of determination. Last week we reviewed the story elements, or the aspects that make a story. And two of them we looked at. One was characters. The characters are the individuals in the story, and there's two types of characters. We have the main character, main, most important. Support, individuals who are also in the story, but are not as essential. They're kind of there to help or support the main character as that main character encounters the conflict and tries to solve the conflict. So go ahead and review and remember the story of Helen Keller. The story of Helen Keller. And in the value of determination, record who was the main character. And go ahead and record that as a complete sentence, please. The main character is blank. And support. There's probably going to be more than one support character. So go ahead and you can list that as a list. So the support characters are Bob, comma, Susie, comma, and Waldo, period. And after you've completed the cast of characters in our story, let's think about the setting. And remember, the setting is the time and the place where the story is taking place. And some stories will have multiple settings. If you think back to the Phantom Toll Booth, Milo went to multiple different locations in the story. So the setting for that might have been his home in London, and even more specifically, when he was home in London, he had his apartment and school. Those could have each been different settings. When Milo went into the Phantom Toll Booth and it took him to the land of expectations, and the doldrums, and Dictionopolis, and Digitopolis, and everywhere in between the castle and the air, etc. You could have listed each of those as specific locations as well. So, you might not know when, but think about all the locations where the story takes place, and record those in the setting. All right, and to wrap up, yesterday, I read this clue to you. I once roamed most of the earth. Now you can only find me in Africa and Asia. I am the largest of all living land mammals. I can live to be about 70 years old. Each day I eat about 300 pounds of roots, leaves, fruits, and grasses. 300 pounds? Oh, and I grasp those with my long trunk or dig with my ivory tusks. I can use my trunk like a straw to drink or to bathe. If you think I am an elephant, you were correct. Now, we know there are different types of elephants, so this is not as specific as the giant elephant or the Asian elephant or the other types of elephants, but in general, that describes an elephant. Did you know that the elephant once roamed most of the earth? All of the continents, or most of them? Pretty cool. All right, clue number 2 for Tuesday coming at you. I have 4 legs. I am very useful to humans. Once, I provided the fastest and surest way of traveling. I am still used to pulling heavy loads, and sometimes people like to ride me. Perhaps sometimes we've ridden this at the farm. My prehistoric ancestors were only about 1 foot tall, the size of a dog. They were called Eohippus. Who am I? Tune in tomorrow to find the answer to that clue, the answers to today's number talk, and the next story elements. Take care.